Hello my friends, welcome back to the Grow You Girl channel. It's Sherry here, and I am coming to you from my she shed, and it is very windy outside here today, and I am attempting to do what I'm going to call Tomato Tuesday. And of course, every time I seem to want to turn on the camera, the wind is blowing, but let's go ahead and dare to step out and see what happens as we come out here into the wind, because my goal with these Tomato Tuesdays is to talk about, now I've brought you on the journey of my tomatoes, growing them indoors, bringing them out, and I thought, why leave it there? Let's keep track of them all summer long. I mean, I'll show them to you in my other videos, but Tomato Tuesday is all about just what is happening to the tomatoes now. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what is happening with the tomatoes. And here they are. We made this trellis as we shared. There's the wind. And this is the big challenge. You can see up there in the high country, there has been this bank of clouds that's creating this wind down here. But this has been the challenge for my tomatoes they've been in the ground now for about 9 days. Put them in on Mother's Day, and they have had a crazy amount of wind that they've had to deal with. But they're holding up pretty good, and they've been growing. But you know, the piece is for them is that I just have to keep a close eye on them. And if I see leaves that are starting to turn brown, I need to just clip them off, and don't let bad leaves remain. Just keep, you know, and if they're dragging on the ground, to just cut them off. It doesn't hurt them, it actually helps them. But they've been hit pretty hard, but they're staying strong. You know, I was so worried about, I've always been so worried about the frost. And it wasn't frost this year, it's been wind, which has been just crazy. I've got some basil growing over here. I lost quite a bit of it to the wind. It just got too much for the basil, and it died out. So I've actually, Ed picked up some more basil for me this morning, and I'd just like to plant it around the tomato plants. So we'll get that going back in. And then let me take you over to the tomato plants over here that are in our barrels. We've got the green zebra. I've got a couple of those in here. These are more protected over here just because they've got this fence area that they're a little more protected by, but they're still getting a little bit of wind. We've got the red pride here. Over here is tomatillo. The tomatillo is doing pretty good. And then finally over here we have some more red pride that are doing a lot better. Just really, it's in a protected area here. Getting ready to plant some zinnias. I'll share that video here with you in the next day or so. And of course we got some carrots coming up in there. So I hope that your tomato plants are doing good. And in the days ahead, I will be sharing some of the people who got tomatoes from me. I want to check in with them and see how they're doing in their yard or garden, and we will go from there. But in the meantime, pray for the tomatoes that they survive this wind. And if you got any suggestions, put it in the comments on how to deal with wind when the tomatoes are being just really hit with it. And there we go. Until next week, let's grow.
Thanks for growing with us, and we will see you next time. And in the meantime, be sure to like, comment, let us know what really resonated for you in this video, and then of course be sure to subscribe at no cost to you and be updated when we have new videos up to play.